Hello and welcome to another episode of My Films Through the Years. In this episode, we will be looking at the 1931 film M. This is from Nero Film AG, and it's a German mystery thriller. The director is Fritz Lang. The writers are Fritz Lang and Theo von Harbo. The producer is Seymour Nebenzahl, and the cinematographer is Fritz Arno Wagner. The screenplay was written by Fritz Lang and his wife Thea von Harbo, and the film centres on the efforts of both the city's police and the criminal syndicates to apprehend a serial child murderer. The main cast, Peter Lorre, Otto Wernicke, Gustav Grundgens, Aileen Widman, and there are lots of other people. If you go onto IMDb, you will see a full list of all of the people that are in this film. This was Fritz Lang's first sound film, and it's one of the first police procedural dramas. It shows exactly what the police do when they're investigating a crime of this nature. It was originally held up because the Nazi Party thought that it was an attack on them, due to the fact that it was going to be called a murderer among us. The film only took 6 weeks to shoot, and to research the film, Fritz Lang spent time in a mental institution and met with a number of child murderers, including Peter Kürten, who is also known as the Vampire of Dusseldorf. Several real criminals were used on the set as extras. And during the shooting, a total of 25 cast members were arrested. Lang made a point of not showing any violence or the death of the children in the film, saying he wanted each individual member of the audience to create the gruesome details of the murder according to their own personal imagination. At the time the film was made, there was much debate in Germany about the use of the death penalty, and Lang mirrored this in the film. Lang experimented with the sound on this film, using off-camera sounds and silence before sudden noises to create suspense, which I think he does very well. On personal notes from watching this film, certain elements of the film have been reused in others. For example, the children singing at the start about the murderer was reused in Nightmare on Elm Street. It is interesting to see the processes of the police go through to find the murderer, and also how the criminals organise to find him as well. There's really interesting and inventive camera shots and angles in this. It's not the fastest paced film I've ever watched, but the story is good, and it holds together really well, and it unfolds really well. The depiction of the kind of mob mentality that happens when things like this occur, when there is a community that is scared and threatened by an unknown terror within it, and how that mob mentality can take over that community. It's very well done and very good. Given Hollywood's kind of obsession with remaking old films and remaking foreign films, especially, I'm very surprised that nobody has done another version of this. A modern version of this. It would be difficult in some ways, but it could, little areas could be got around, or it could be got around by simply setting it back in the 1930s. It's it it's a very interesting film to watch, and what I liked about it was the fact that there was this argument that he obviously Lang obviously picked up from talking to child murderers, that the desire to abuse and kill the children is described by the murderer as being a kind of compulsion driven by an inner voice, and that he has no control over it. So it's almost like um, another part of his psyche that takes over uh, him when he's doing the murders. I enjoyed the film. It's not a film that I necessarily would have watched if I mean, it's a well-known film, and I probably would have got around to watching it at some point. I'm glad I have watched it now, and I think it has a lot of elements in it that are very important to cinema and the history of cinema, and it would be a really good film to study if you wanted to make a film about um, a murderer and the processes that have gone through in order to capture the murderer. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good film, and I think that it is a film that would definitely warrants watching. So, if you agree with me or disagree with me, please leave a comment and let me know. And I hope you go and watch this. And I will see you again soon with another film. Thank you very much. Bye.